Are you a first-time home buyer in the Greater Toronto area and want to know about incentives available? Stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sushma Khinvasara, real estate agent with Century 21 Green Realty in Toronto area. If you are a first-time home buyer, you may find yourself in an unknown territory. From my experience working with first-time buyers and being in this situation myself at one time, being undecisive is a common trait for first-time home buyers. It takes time to decide between a condo apartment or a townhouse. If there is a shortfall in down payment, what alternatives are available to make up the required down payment? Having knowledge of incentives and rebates that are available to the first-time home buyer is a big benefit and can be deciding factors in the type of home you want to buy. A freehold townhouse is best for someone who is comfortable with hard work and maintenance, is able to afford upkeep and many emergency repairs, wants privacy, wants control over design. On the other hand, a condo apartment is best for those who don't want the responsibilities of maintenance and repairs, wants access to amenities such as a gym and kids play area, wants a living space that will be move-in ready without the need for upgrades, doesn't mind living in a large community. Let us compare the advantages of both the condo versus houses. Advantage of living in a condo suite: much less repairs and maintenance. Second, most of the building amenities are available almost around the clock. Third, 24-hour security, giving peace of mind. Advantages of living in a house. Number 1. Having some land. You can do so much in your backyard, like building a deck, do some gardening and host backyard parties. Number 2. More freedom. A house affords owners a lot of freedom and independence when it comes to implementing their own ideas about design and style. Number 3. Room to grow. As your family grows, you have more room in the house for your family as it grows. Now let us look at some of the government rebates, incentives that are available for the first-time home buyers. First is Ontario Land Transfer Tax Rebate. The land on which a condo or freehold home is built is subject to land transfer tax in Ontario. This tax can be significantly high. Here's the good news for the first-time home buyers. You may be able to save more than $8,000 with the Ontario Land Transfer Tax. Rebate $4,000 on the provincial land transfer tax and over $4,000 if you live in Toronto. In order to qualify for the rebate, the purchaser must be 18 years of age, must be at least a permanent resident of Canada. The intention must be to occupy the home within 9 months of purchase, cannot have previously owned a home locally or elsewhere in the world. Next incentive is the Federal Home Buyers Plan. One great source for funding your mortgage down payment, your Registered Retirement Savings Plan or RRSP. The Canadian Government Home Buyers Plan allows first-time home buyers to borrow up to $35,000 from RRSPs for a down payment, and it's tax-free. Plus, if you're purchasing with another first-time home buyer, you both can access $35,000 each from your RRSPs for a combined total of $70,000. However, since the home buyer's plan is considered a loan, you must repay the amount you withdrew from your RRSP within 15 years. For an example, if you were to buy a home in 2019 and withdraw $15,000 from your RRSP to put down towards your down payment, your first payment will be due 2 years later in 2021. Also, if you decide to contribute more than your minimum annual payment in a given year, your minimum annual payment will be adjusted accordingly. Third incentive is the federal government's first-time home buyers incentive program. This is a new program which was launched through CMHC in September 2019. It will provide interest-free loans for up to 5% of the cost of an existing home and 10% of the price of a new home. What will happen is the monthly mortgage payments will be reduced without increasing the amount they would normally need for down payment. This incentive will be available for home buyers with qualified annual household incomes up to $120,000. the total of the mortgage and the government incentive will be capped at 4 times the amount of the annual household income up to 480,000. Those who take the incentive will be required to pay the loan after 25 years or when the property is sold. Participants can pay CMHC back at any time beforehand with no penalties. And finally, home buyer's tax credit. Home buyer's tax credit is a non-refundable credit that allows first-time purchasers of homes and purchasers with disabilities to claim a tax refund of up to $750 in the year when they purchase a home. But to be eligible for you or your spouse or common law partner should have purchased a qualifying home. You are a first-time home buyer, which means that you did not live in another home owned by you or your spouse or common law partner in the year of acquisition or in any of the 4 preceding years. Additionally, persons with disabilities are eligible for the HBTC even if they are not first-time home buyers. Always consult with a tax and legal professional for more information. I hope you have found this information useful. If you liked the video, please press the button, add your comments and share it as well. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and see you soon.